Hey, I'm Chris. I made you run another NFL predictions video. We're doing the final one before the NFL season. We went through it once at all 32 teams in the playoffs, and now we're doing it again. We did all 32 teams, and finally we are at the playoffs once again. All right, we've got all of our predictions done, all those videos up except for the Giants one because it wouldn't upload. And I mean, now look, we've got the top three teams. These are the playoff contenders. We've got the rest of the teams that made the playoff hopefuls, and then you've got the teams that barely made it, and you've got everything else. I'm gonna leave it, let you look at everything. I'm not gonna go everything all the way because there's a lot of people who probably honestly don't care about who came in 14th in the NFC. But I mean, if y'all want me to go through it and make a separate video on that, let me know. Even one person tells me that, I will make it. All right. So anyway, and there's one thing I want to say. Washington and Dallas, they both went 9-7. Washington barely sneaked over because they got 7-5 in conference, and Dallas got 6-6. In my opinion, Dallas is a better team than Washington, so I think that the Cowboys should be in the playoffs and Washington should be ninth. But it's the way I made my predictions. I'm not going to change them now just because I don't like the way that everything. I'm not going to make Tampa Bay win one or whatever just because I want them to be fifth and not sixth. These are my predictions. These are what I think. So let's go ahead and we're just going to go through do the whole playoffs. I'm not going to milk this thing for like 2 or 3 videos. We're going to do it all in one big video, and you're here to see. So we're going to start off with the AFC. Starting off, we have the number 5 Houston against the number 4 Tennessee. They both had 10-6, and they were both 7-5 in conference. It might have gone down to like their division record. I don't even know, but this is definitely going to be a good game. Not only are they, their division rivals, they have the same record. This could be a very tough one because Houston, they do have a solid. I mean, Willie Snead could take over for DeAndre Hopkins. I don't think so. Obviously, that's why they went 10-6. But I do think that their offense is still going to be good. They did upgrade their running game with the addition of David Johnson. So Houston will still be very. I mean, this is going to be a very good game. But you also got to look at Tennessee. They do still have Derrick Henry. They had a tough schedule. They did have Jonnu Smith. They have Ryan Tannehill, the new and improved Ryan Tannehill, who looks amazing. That defense is spectacular. In my opinion, I think Houston, with the loss of DeAndre Hopkins, it takes them back a step. And I think Tennessee are right now kind of on their way up the charts. They've went 9-7 the past 2 or 3, 4 years, and now they're finally going to break that mold. And they're going to win a playoff game. Well, I guess they did last year. But I think this might be, it'll be a good game to watch, definitely. I mean, also, it could go either way, but I do still think Tennessee gets this one. And then we have 3 straight divisional games, and we don't even have. Oh, and we've got a lot of divisional games. 4 out of the 6 games are divisional games, and all the AFC ones. So we have New England going up against Buffalo, and Buffalo are one of the best teams in the league. They are 13-3. That absolutely amazing defense, complemented by the offense. I mean, you got John Brown and Stephon Diggs in the wide receiver unit. I mean, just to add to the fact that Josh Allen's a pretty good quarterback. He has an amazing offense to work with. So the offense and the defense, they are one of the best defenses. It's gonna take a lot for New England to win this one. I mean, Cam Newton doesn't have very many options on that offense, but they do have one of the best defenses. But also, this is gonna be a very low-scoring game. I think that it's gonna really come down to like, who has the better defense? Who is going to be able to stop the other team's offense? But I also do think that Buffalo has the better offense and, in my opinion, the better defense. So I'm going to have Buffalo take the win here for 2 straight. And obviously, I'm not looking at these numbers. But right now, it looks like the higher-ups, the teams who won their divisions, are winning. I wonder why they won their divisions. All right. We got Kansas City going up against the Chargers. This will be Herbert in this game. He will be in his first ever season where he didn't even start all 16 games. He's being thrown into a playoff game against the former Super Bowl winners. Not only is this going to be a tough game to win for any quarterback in any team that is 7th going up against a second-ranked team, it's a lot of pressure to put on a rookie quarterback. I mean, especially when they're in Kansas City. There's going to be tons of fans booing them. This will be an intense amount of pressure. And again, I don't really see them winning this one. Kansas City, I mean, they just, not only are they so much of a better team, this will be Herbert being thrown into a situation that I don't think any rookie quarterback should have to face this. So I think these 3 games, I think this one might be a pretty easy win for Kansas City. We've seen it's insanely rare for the 6th seed to make it far in the playoffs. The 7th seed is going to be one and done in like almost every year. Dang. I mean, this is just going to be tough because not only are they going up against the second best team in their conference, they're barely above they're like barely above average. All right. And then we go to the NFC. The Rams going to Washington. Washington manages to host a playoff game. Somehow they barely squeaked in. And look at the Rams. They're probably mad. They're 11-5. They are 8-4 in the conference. Their record is much better than Washington's, but it's because they're in a division with Seattle that they end up in 5th. So, and honestly, I think Los Angeles, they have a strong offense. Jared Goff's going to take a step up. I think Washington really should be, like I said, 9th, 8th, 7th. I think this is around where their talent is. In fact, they have such a weak division that they managed to sneak in the 4th. So I don't really see any way that Washington wins this one. I think Los Angeles wins this game. No surprise to anybody. Henderson probably gonna, he's probably gonna fill in for Todd Gurley pretty well. So I think the Rams get a win here in Washington, and they move on in the playoffs. Now moving on, you have the Buccaneers against the Seahawks. Now this is going to be a good game. The Seahawks won their division 11-5 pretty, not easily. I mean, obviously you've got 10-6, 11-5, and 11-5. And Tampa Bay, they lost their division, but they still do have Tom Brady, Gronkowski, Mike Evans, that amazing defense. Seattle does have a pretty strong defense, I must admit. These two teams it'll be 2 powerhouses battling against each other, but I still think that Tom Brady gets another playoff win here and is now going farther than his former team in my opinion, the stronger division. I mean, you see the 10th best team in the NFC is 9-7, 10th best team in the AFC 7-9. I mean, I'm not saying, I'm just saying that it looks pretty good. And then this I'm gonna have to kind of like take a step back from where I was saying where like the 7th seed is never gonna go far, because look at this. This is a great game. We have Minnesota against Green Bay. This is gonna be one of those rare occurrences, but this is a great game. I mean, think about we wouldn't have been able to see this if it wasn't for the extra seed. So I guess, there's a big difference between these games. I mean, obviously Green Bay they don't really have very many options for Aaron Rodgers. But I mean Minnesota, you saw them last year. They came into the playoffs firing. They beat the Saints. But I don't know if they can do it again. Green Bay, they are an amazing team, and I think they deserve to get this win. They deserve to win the division, and I think they deserve to win the wild card round. So there we have it. Tennessee beats Houston. Buffalo beats New England. Kansas City beats the Chargers. The Rams beat Washington. The Buccaneers beat Seattle. And the Packers beat the Vikings to move on to the divisional round in the playoffs. Now we're going to start over here. This is a great game. Both of these teams are amazing, spectacular. The Bills against the Chiefs. The Bills, they have, again, like I said, one of the best offense, one of the best defenses. These two teams obviously very evenly matched, in my opinion. This will be pretty tough game, but also you got to look at Buffalo's smothering defense. I don't know if Kansas City will be able to be as dominant as they normally are, and I don't know if their defense, which is great, will be able to keep up with their struggling offense. Well, it won't be struggling, but their faltering offense. And I think, honestly, Buffalo gets the sneaky win here and advances to the conference championships for the AFC. And then we have a rematch in the exact same round, Tennessee against Baltimore. But in my opinion, Baltimore, they are probably, look at Lamar Jackson, by far the best team, the best player in the entire league. This team is absolutely dominant. There's a reason they were number 1 in the playoffs. It's because they are amazing. And I think that Baltimore wins this one pretty easily. I think they smack this one out of the park. I think that Tennessee, they probably do pretty well. They do have a strong offense. Their defense can maybe, I think, we saw it last year. They managed to work their way against Baltimore. I don't know if they can happen twice in a row here. So I feel like Baltimore gets a win. And, they probably feel like they're probably going to make the Super Bowl. All right, and then we go over to the NFC. We have the Rams against the Packers. This isn't really, is this I mean, this isn't really a question here. The Rams, while they had a pretty easy win against Washington, I don't see them coming close to beating Green Bay. I know they're on the same level here, 11-5. But look at Green Bay, there's so much more talent. Devontae Adams, Aaron Jones. The Rams, it's going to take them another year before they get back to the conference championships or the Super Bowl. So I think they do lose here. And then it's kind of out of their league. And then the Buccaneers go to New Orleans, who are coming off of course, that bye week. New Orleans, number 1 seed. This is going to be another pretty good game here with Tampa Bay. I mean, again, that absolutely stacked offense. But you look at New Orleans' defense, it is also one of the best in the league. This will be a pretty. All these games are good games. It's one thing about the playoffs. There are a lot of blowouts in the regular season, games that you hate to watch. But I would say 90% of playoff games, they're good games. They're games that you like to watch, including this one that I think New Orleans gets to win here. I think, honestly, they go in there, and Tampa Bay, this kind of new thrown-together team, I don't know if they are good enough to take down New Orleans at home in the playoffs. And now, I mean, they've been getting screwed over in the playoffs. Now they've made it to the conference championship. Is Drew Brees going to get another Super Bowl ring? We'll see. On to the conference championship. This is when things start to get big. Buffalo in Baltimore. Green Bay in New Orleans. This is when it gets, well, I guess it's been getting real, but this is pretty tough. Buffalo against Baltimore. Baltimore at this point, they probably think that they deserve a Super Bowl. After last year, they had one bad game against the Titans, and they missed the Super Bowl. Now they went 14-2. They had a rematch, and now they're going up against the Bills. The Bills, who, I mean, I'm having a tough time. Normally, I know what team I'm going to pick. But right now, I mean, I'm struggling right now. Buffalo, I don't know. I don't know if their offense, even though it's one of the best, I feel like Baltimore's offense is just so much better than them. And Buffalo, while they have one of the best defenses, I don't know if they'll be able to keep up with that. And I'm going to say that Baltimore is going to make the Super Bowl this year. I just don't see Buffalo making the cut right now. Moving on, Green Bay against New Orleans. And this is another game that I don't even know how to begin, picking out who wins. We have Green Bay going up against New Orleans. Both of these teams have an amazing roster. Both teams have an amazing offense. I don't know. I mean, is Green Bay going to lose in the conference championship for the second year in a row, or are they going to make the Super Bowl? It's two guys, two old quarterbacks, nearing the end of their career, still got it for a couple more years at least, trying to get one last ring before they can retire. Not that both of these guys are going to retire, even if they do win the Super Bowl. And I don't know. I mean, you look at New Orleans, Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara, I'm just going to have to hand it to them. They have, I mean, that offense, it might be the best in the league right now. It is, I mean, I'm sorry, Green Bay, maybe next year, but right now I think Drew Brees makes another Super Bowl. All right, and I know they don't have anything for the Pro Bowl. I don't think, let me check. Yeah, there's nothing for the Pro Bowl, but I do think that the AFC would have won this Pro Bowl again. So it goes a week, AFC wins a Pro Bowl, and we go into the Super Bowl. This is it. This is the game that everyone has been waiting for. Baltimore versus New Orleans, the number 1 seed. Both of them are 14-2. This will be, if this is the actual thing, this will be one of the best Super Bowls to watch in NFL history. You have two teams with absolutely amazing offenses battling it out. This might be the highest scoring game in NFL history. But also you have to keep in mind that both of these teams have good defenses, so it might not be, but both of them are definitely more offense face. This will be insane. I'm just imagining it happening. This would be a shootout of all shootouts. I mean, what is the highest scoring Super Bowl? I don't know. I Washington winning 42-10, Chicago beating the Patriots 46-18. I don't know. There were so many. The 49ers back 55-10 against the Broncos. I don't know. But right now, Baltimore's defense is just so amazing. I think that they might be able to fall to New Orleans definitely towards the end of the game. And I'm sorry, Drew Brees, but I think Lamar Jackson gets his first Super Bowl ring. Can it switch? I clicked it. This is very anticlimactic here. Come on. Come on. Come on, Baltimore, yeah. And then here we have it. I love this about them. You do the whole season, you go through, and then you go to the playoffs, and then what the heck? And it makes that little chart for you anyways. So this is the playoffs right here. We have every single game here. Amazing. I did all this. All these predictions, all like 250 games, just to get to this one game. And I think it was all worth it. I do hope you enjoyed this video. I always do feel kind of bad when it's like first seed versus first seed, because I'm like, what about these little guys? Can we give them a chance? I mean, come on. Washington could have beat the Rams. I mean, the Vikings could sneak out on one against. I mean, if the Vikings beat the Packers, then I don't think there's any way that the Rams. Well, I guess the Rams wouldn't have gone up against the Packers. Yeah, it would have been Vikings against Buccaneers. So, I don't know. It doesn't matter. This is what's going to happen. This is what I think will happen. The number 1 seeds battle it out, and they win. And I think this is just, and I like this. Go ahead, take a screenshot, do whatever. I don't know. Again, you can make your own predictions, send them to me. Twitter, Instagram, all that. Just a quick little warning for all my subs. You can take a look at that while I talk. So we all know all this stuff's going on, and school is going to start. I am going to start remote school. My school is going all remote, so I will still be able to make videos. But I'm gonna have to be doing remote school from 8 to 2:30. So my videos will be a lot of late uploads, like they have been a lot recently, and there will be. I don't know. I'm just glad I'm kind of glad I'm not going to be able to I'm not going to have to do any more of these daily predictions, just so, because it was kind of getting to be a hassle having to record a video every single day, take notes on every single team, do deep dives into every single team every single day. So I mean, I'm a bit relieved that I won't have to record videos every day. I will still be posting every other day, and at least for as long as I can. I'll let you guys know, like, if the next quarter, if we like start going back to school. I'll let you guys know if any of that changes. Obviously, I'm going to be posting a lot during the actual season, so stay tuned for that. Go ahead and subscribe if you are pumped for the NFL season. Let me know if you want me to do my predictions again. I know I just said I'm relieved that I don't have to do them again, but I do enjoy recording them. It's just a bit of a hassle. So, I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and goodbye.